Hey there internet and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at another one of our viewer requested tricks and do the Frantic Cascade. So what is the Frantic Cascade? The Frantic Cascade is a cascade, so that means every ball always swaps hands in this kind of 3-3-3 sort of pattern if you are remembering site swap. However, with Frantic Cascade, each ball is caught crossed under arm. And then same with the next one. So you always have to have your hands kind of doing this, like coming down to the next ball sort of position. Prerequisites then. First of all, we're going to have to learn a cross-armed cascade. So that is a cascade where you're going to hold your arms like this and do a cascade where they always stay crossed. There are two positions to do this in, one with your right hand on top and one with your left hand on top. The other trick that I would say would be really useful to do for this is a hot potato 3-ball kind of thing. If you want a better explanation of this, it's in my how to juggle 5 balls tutorial. But basically it's this one here, where you end up with, instead of holding the balls for a long time and kind of waiting for them to come down before you throw the next one, you want to get them more active, so there's like 2 in the air at any one time, because the Frantic Cascade kind of has this sort of timing to it, where you get that little second of empty hand. Okay, so we're going to go actually into learning the trick now. First of all, we're going to start with 1 ball, because I always think starting with 1 ball and breaking it down as much as possible is great. Our throws for this one are going to kind of come from like, not quite the other side. They're almost going to be from the center point, but instead of like crossing, say it's in my right hand here and I'm crossing to my left hand and it going from right to left, what we want to think about it is it kind of throwing the opposite direction. So this is where our like cross-armed cascade throw comes in. So we're always going to think about having the hand that's on top doing the throw and then moving down underneath. Then back, moving down underneath, back, moving down underneath, back, moving down underneath. And obviously when you're doing this with 3 balls, it's going to be much quicker, but still a worthwhile thing to practice. Next up, we're going to do a 2-ball exercise here. This one's going to feel a little bit weird because it's not quite the Frantic Cascade, but it's going to get you a kind of little bit of the feeling of what's going to happen here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the hand on top. I'm going to throw up. We're just going to catch underneath. And so you're going to do 2 balls, always catching underneath. So after it throws, it's going to go down and catch it. And because these stay in the same hand, it's not quite the same. If you're going to do a Frantic Fountain and do it with 4 balls, this would be more the throw that you'd want, but it would be slightly higher. But still, I found this one is a nice like kind of introduction to it, because you can be really small and you can go really fast and just get used to always taking that hand down to catch. Starting with 3 balls then. So the first one we're going to try here is just doing 1 single throw of this kind of underarm catch. And this one actually gives kind of a funky pattern as well, so it's like a fun one to play with. But we're going to start in our cascade. When we're ready, the hand that's going to do the throw, I'm going to say my right hand here, is going to do the throw. My left hand is going to catch underneath. So my right hand is going to throw, instead of across to this other side, it's going to throw kind of almost like a self and a little bit to the outside. So whoop, and then back into cascade. And we can do the other hand as well. So green ball that time, and green ball again. Whoop. And once you get comfortable with this, you can kind of speed it up a little and try and do like, I think the same ball each time. And you end up with this, it's not quite a flipped mess, but it's kind of got like a flipped mess feel to it. Great. Yeah, as I said, this one kind of feels like flipped mess, so if you know flipped mess already, it's going to be like a fun little exercise. And if you don't, this is a good way to work towards learning it. So again, this one here, super fun little pattern. Moving on then, we're just gonna try and do an extra throw. So you're gonna do one throw and then the other one. This is where you kind of feel the frantic aspect of this cascade. So, and I think the easiest way to kind of start this one is just to go straight in. Oh, knocking my microphone off. The easiest way I think to do this to begin with and get the feel for it is actually just to do it from cold, so not from juggling already and trying to launch it. Just going from all the balls in your hand. We're going to start doing the right hand, so I'm going to catch with my left first underneath, and I'm going to go throw, throw, and these kind of almost column up more so than crossing. They do, yeah, column, so the green stays on my right and the red stays on my left. And we're going to go for the underarm catches and just see how far we get. Ooh, like that, and we'll go again. So 1, 2, and back. Next up, we're going to start doing this from a cascade. So going here and trying to get that same like 1, 2 timing. So 1, 2, and back out. 1, 2, back out. And you'll see for this, I am throwing maybe like a little bit higher than I normally would for my cascade, just to give me a bit more time. And here I was starting with always throwing from my right hand first. Always worth remembering, you've got to do both sides, so we're going to do the same again, but throwing from our left hand first. And then obviously after doing 2 throws, we're going to do 3. And from there, we're just going to add extra throws. So you're going to start then doing 4, 5, 6, and so on until you can comfortably run it. So yeah, that is kind of the explanation for the Frantic Cascade. To wrap your head around this one, I don't think it's that difficult. However, to actually juggle it, this trick is a right hard one sometimes. I find getting my hands to move fast enough to always get down and always remember where it's all going to happen definitely took me a while to get used to. So this one, conceptually quite easy, technically a little bit difficult. So just keep at it and you'll get there. There's not really much more to say to this, just practice and practice smart. Anyway, that's kind of it for the video today. I am getting through my list of your requested tricks. I think I've maybe got like 1 or 2 more left to do, but if you guys have any other tricks you'd like to see me do, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.